At the end, Boostlog is not a project, it's the project that will provide a freight transport and logistics ecosystem with the means to maximize impact out of research investments. The logistics sector is in continuous change, requiring agility and flexibility. Logistics needs to adapt and have the means and tools to do so. Great challenges are ahead of us, particularly related to the climate change and how to achieve related objectives in an economic viable way, what is very important in order to do so. And this calls for a truly integrated transport system and for new paradigms such as the physical internet. In this context, and as highlighted previously by the speakers, Alan and François Rigui, we need to ensure the results of the projects from decades of EU investments in research and innovation are available and of use for the industry and policymakers. So, indeed, research and innovations needs to deliver on the industry roadmaps and the EU priorities. And here we have both of them at the level of ALICE in industry and European Commission for the policy. Freight transport and logistics is at the core of both industry and policies. More and more industries are setting bold objectives in terms of decarbonizations and social responsibility. While in the past, the companies were targeting direct impacts, now they are looking at the full supply chain, including scope 3 emissions. This means that it go beyond the boundaries, going into their suppliers and even to their consumer behavior. And here Sergio has one good example with the pods for washing machines. On those areas, research and innovation has delivered amazing results, calling for the implementation, particularly to achieve a truly integrated transport system supporting the decarbonization. Europe is facing a challenging period within the COVID-19 pandemics. We are convinced we will overcome this period successfully, but not without damage and pain. But even greater challenges will wait ahead behind the next corner. The EU has anticipated both challenges and opportunities in great synchrony with the industry and society request. So more concretely, what is Boostlog about? Through the Boostlog, we will look into the past and learn for the future. On the basis of our extensive knowledge in ALICE on past projects funded by the EU, we will identify key research and innovation results and outcomes to make them visible to industry and policymakers. Additionally, we will dig in what we call the implementation cases. Today, we have 3 very good examples of what we mean with implementation cases, so I will not explain here. And we already identified more than 10 examples. And even yesterday in the blockchain webinar, it was very nice with when Trade Lanes, the venture between IBM and Musk, started saying everything started with the research-funded projects Cassandra and Co. This is indeed what we think, that many of the, or much of the research that has been done has really contributed to real things that are in the market. And we need to find them to make it clear for all the policymakers how well they did in these investments. We expect to reach the identification of at least 30 implementation cases operating in the market or implemented in policies. Based on our consortium assessment, but in close collaboration with our network and those organizations with higher participation in funded research, we will create industry reports that are accessible and actionable for the industry and policymakers, and we will recognize these implementation cases there. Also, which could be further implementation opportunities of these results. Carolina Ciprés from ZLC will provide later on more details on how we plan to do this. We will also gather that what worked well on those projects and what didn't work at all, which are the specific elements or ingredients that can make a project or program increase the likelihood of success. Throughout outreach towards the European Commission, industry and member states in the ALICE Mirror Group, we will lever the findings and gather other learnings so we can generate a virtuous innovation ecosystem. As a concrete output, we will create an innovation marketplace linked to the ALICE knowledge platform that gathers the results of the various projects relevant for our roadmap's implementation. This will be the arena for innovation seekers and innovation owners, as well as investors, so they can meet and scale up outcomes and convert them in innovative market solutions. We will also look into the future and identify high priority and potential research and innovation gaps that are of critical importance to achieve our objectives. Andreas Nestrotter from Fraunhofer and AML will provide more details on how and when we will do this. Basically, we will create recommendations for the Horizon Europe calls, but also to countries and companies, as we have done in the past in ALICE quite successfully in terms of the reach we got in the calls. The resulting new projects will be seduced to be liaised with ALICE, and François Regis said we had already 40 projects and we plan to keep this activity within ALICE, so we can create this process also in the next generation of projects. Last but not least, we will take over the methodologies and the assets that are generated through Boostlog. We will have the right tools to enlarge the ecosystem at scale, getting more and more companies, governments, and research and development working together. As we say in ALICE, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And here, with the challenges we have, we need to go together. And we really have now, with Boostlog, the tool, the framework to create that. And it's more up to you as the individual company or organization if you want to work alone or together. If you want to go to work together, Boostlog and ALICE will be always open for you. And this is my last thing. And we do this together with, of course, with the excellent and well-balanced partnership that we created to answer to this call. And this is why we are very confident we will achieve and successfully our objectives. We have here not only great organizations, but also great people behind them that will make this happen. Thank you very much.